While we absolutely love mountain bike technology here at GMBN we appreciate that not everyone wants to spend big bucks on a top spec mountain bike.
That's right, so whether you're a complete beginner looking for your first mountain bike or a long-standing veteran in the sport looking for the best value for money, here are some of the coolest budget bikes of 2023.
Yep, so don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel.
The Voodoo Bizango is a 120mm forks, 29-inch wheel alloy hardtail, and when it was conceived, it basically rewrote the idea of an entry-level bike. It had modern geometry and exceptional parts for the money.
Yeah, and GMBN have absolutely ridden the heck out of the old Voodoo Hoodoo, which was the 2018 version of the 27.5 hardtail, and so, well, the Bizango had to make it onto this list.
That's right, the latest option. It's got lighter weight, even more modernised geometry, a wider gearing range and improved spec for the price.
Yeah, and speaking of spec, for nearly half the price of other brands, you're getting yourself some Shimano hydraulic brakes, decent gearing with a 1x11 drivetrain, Maxxis tyres and a Suntour Radon air fork. And that bike is an absolute bargain at £750.
They've actually now slackened the head angle off as well, 66.5 degrees, so it's going to have that capabilities for descending. You're able to get the most out of it, lower standover height, so it's manoeuvrable and it allows you to grow with the bike as you improve.
Yeah, and for an extra £200, check out the Bizango Pro, as that will get you 130 mils of RockShox 35 gold forks and 1x12 gearing. That is absolute spec witchcraft for the money. Unlike the Voodoo Bizango, the Vitus Sentier is offered in 29er or 27.5-inch wheels, and you can even get it in a women's specific fit, and that will be a 140mm front suspension.
It promises to be light and smooth, and it comes in some very grown-up and sort of subtle colourways and paint jobs that are a far cry from the classic budget bike aesthetic of old.
Yeah, for £950 you'll get an alloy 29er, which will be spec'd with RockShox Recon Silver RL forks and Shimano group set. And this will weigh just over 14 kilos, which is very respectable for any bike, let alone one for under £1,000.
The only caveat to this is it comes with a 1x10 drivetrain. It has this classic quite big jumps between the gearing, so you do need to splash out a little bit more for more speeds.
If you're wanting a 1x11 drivetrain, you're looking at the model that costs £1,250, or if you want to go up to 12 speed, then you're looking at the model that costs £1,599. But that does come with a spec that includes Shimano, Dior and a mix of SLX in there. You also get brakes with a 4-piston caliper up the front for extra stopping power, and you get an excellent Fox 34 ribbon forks as well.
So for £950, so it's not much more than the hardtails we've just been looking at, you can get yourself a full suspension bike. It's the Polygon Siskiu. It's 120mm travel front and rear and 29-inch wheels.
Yeah, and it's rumoured to be founded on the good work of the Caliber Boss Nut, which is a legendary entry-level full suspension bike that I still see on the trails today.
So this Polygon, it comes with Suntour suspension and Shimano Dior drivetrain, but it does have unbranded tyres, which might be a great first upgrade if you're kind of expanding to more gnarly terrain.
Yeah, also that base level D5 comes with a 2x9 drivetrain, which is perfectly adequate for most mountain biking situations, but if you want a 1x drivetrain, then you're going to have to spend a little bit more.
A little bit more money, so £1,199 gets you the D7 model that has a 1x11 drivetrain, 1151 cassette, as well as RockShox suspension and Schwalbe tyres.
Formerly Canyon's flagship Marathon XC bike, the Grand Canyon is a bike for all the family, effectively, because it comes in unisex, women's specific, and even Young Hero, which is their youth version.
I particularly like this model because of the sheer amazing range of colour and spec options you have available when you're speccing this bike. You can choose pretty much whatever you need to suit your need and price point.
Yeah, and speaking of which, the prices often increase in about £100 increments throughout the spec range, which means you could get the best value for whatever budget you have.
This bike, it's not a trail centre smasher or for peaking the adrenaline, but it is great for getting out on those long spins in the countryside, exploring local trails with your family, and I mean, for a lot of us, that is what mountain biking is all about.
Yeah, and prices start with that young hero model at £649, or for the adult models, that starts at £999. There is a choice of 100 or 120 mils of suspension, and wheel sizes is frame size dependent, so you will get 27.5-inch wheels on the smaller side of the sizing, and 29-inch wheels are reserved for the larger sizes.
This one is a bit of a curveball, but the DMR Sekt is a reasonably priced dirt jump bike coming in at just £750, so a lot of comparable other brands with serious jump bikes are coming in at over £1,000.
And the Sekt makes it into this list despite not being a pure mountain bike as such, because of the incredible amount of skill that it can offer you out on the trails without having to actually haul yourself to a mountain bike specific location.
That's true. More than ever, towns now are getting pump tracks put in, and this is absolutely perfect for that. It's perfect for getting comfortable in the air, down homemade jumps, and just jibbing around the streets, looking for spots everywhere you go and earning those cred points.
The Sekt has a robust steel frame and some sturdy alloy 26-inch wheels, and it has an RST dirt fork as well, with an upgraded steel steerer and rebound damping adjustments. So this spec, which includes DMR V6 pedals, makes this one of the best value dirt jump bikes in its class.
They've engineered in great toe clearance on this to get those handlebars spinning around. You're not going to smack your toes on the front wheel when you do a bar spin, and there's nice low clearance on the frame. You get your feet over the top tube for a no-foot can-can or a tail whip.
While I appreciate that everyone's idea of budget is very different, what we've chosen here today is what we consider to be entry-level or sort of beginner-oriented bikes that are definitely mountain bikes that can tackle proper rough terrain, not just bike-shaped objects.
However, if you think we've missed out something key, just help us out and help the GMBN Tech community out by dropping it in the comments and show us your best deals that you've come across.